How to build your first website step by step. Okay, I actually want to explain this to someone who doesn't know anything about building a website. So I'm assuming that you are just new, you are completely new in website building. Okay, that you just searched for how to build a website. Okay, you just want to have an idea. Okay, so I'm going to give you an idea of what it takes and how you're going to build it. Okay, so building a website, you can build a website in so many ways. So there's no one way to build a website, but I'm going to look at just one way. Okay, somehow, but I'm going to touch other areas too. Okay, you can build a website either by using content management system, as in you building a website without coding, or you build it by coding by using computer programming languages. Okay, so if you want to build a website using, let's say, if you don't know how to code, they want to build a website. Okay, you can use content management systems like WordPress, Wix, Drupal, or even the better one is to use the application I built called Heroic Site Creator. Heroic Site Creator. Heroic Site Creator is an app I built. You can use it to build websites instantly. It is faster and even better than using WordPress. Okay, and cheaper too. Okay, so I made it for those that don't know how to build a website, but they need website. You get me? So if you want to build your own website, but you don't know anything about building websites, you don't have any technical skill, then Heroic Site Creator will help you a lot. I'm assuming that you are a student of programming. Then you want to learn how to build websites by coding. So you want to learn how to build a website by writing code steps to take. There are long steps to take, but I'm going to cut it short. All right. So for you to build a website by coding, there are many programming languages you can use to build websites. In fact, almost all the programming languages I know can be used to build websites. Before we talk about programming languages you're going to use, you need to know this. You need to know that a website is divided into two, mainly into two, the front end and the back end. Okay, so if you're building a website, it's either you are building both the front end and the back end of the website, or maybe you are building the front end and another person is building the back end, then you people will join it together. It depends on how you want to do it, but I'm assuming that you yourself, you are handling building of both the front end and the back end. Okay, just know the front end is the part of the website you see when you visit the website, like when you type in the website and you see all those pictures, you are seeing the buttons, you are seeing the animation and everything you are seeing on that website, they are all at the front end of the website. Okay, but there are code that are working in the background, okay, to send data, maybe get data from the database, to fetch data from the database, or send data to the database, connecting the server to the front end and all that. That code is the backend code. You understand? So there's a backend code that is working to make the front end dynamic and functional. You get it? If you're learning the front end, just know that you're focusing on building something that will make a website visually appealing. Like when people visit the website, they will like what they are seeing. You understand? And they will be able to easily navigate from one section to another section of the website easily. That is what you do when you are building the front end of the website. And then for you to build the front end, there are many programming languages you are going to use. But I'm going to make it basic because I'm assuming that you're a beginner. I don't want to complicate issues for you. To build the front end, the major three languages you're going to use are HTML, CSS, JavaScript. These are the main three. With these three, you can build the front end. But there are many other framework you can use. There are JavaScript framework you can also use to make it even better. Okay, you can use the React, you can use jQuery, okay, you can use Bootstrap and many others. Okay, but let's focus on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript because you are building your first website. I'm assuming you are building your first website, so we want to concentrate on the basic. So bear in mind, don't forget this: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I believe you've heard of it before. If you have not, you repeat it with me: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML will help you to build the structure of the website. Just like you are building a building, you are raising a building, you are building the structure of that building. Okay, then the CSS will make the website to look attractive, to look appealing, just like you painting a house after building it. Then the JavaScript will make the website interactive. Like when you visit a website now, maybe you see a pop-up, something will pop up from that website. Or you see some animations in that website. Or when you click on a button, something will show in that website. So this might be JavaScript in action. Okay, so after learning this front end part, then when you come to the back end, you also need to learn a programming language for the back end. So you either learn, there are so many programming languages actually, but we are focusing on few so that I don't want to confuse you. You understand me? For backend, you either learn PHP or Python. But I will tell you to learn PHP. Even though Python is more popular, but there is a reason why I wanted to learn PHP first. The reason is this. Over about 80% of websites built online are built with PHP. Okay? And in Africa, I think most websites were actually built with PHP. So if you don't know PHP, you are going to lose some opportunities. Maybe someone invites you, let's say they say you're a web developer, someone invites you to build a website or to edit their own websites, or you are employed in a company to work on a website and you don't know PHP, you did not learn PHP, and there's a likelihood that that website is most likely going to be built with PHP. And if you don't know PHP, it will be embarrassing. So a lot of websites were already built with PHP. Even though Python is more popular than PHP, learn PHP first because a lot of websites are already built with PHP. Do you understand? You can still learn Python later, but start with PHP. Okay, you might, maybe if you're already conversant with programming, and you might say that PHP is not as popular as Python or or what people used to say, but I'm concentrating on you as a beginner, and the opportunity will be might miss if you did not learn PHP. And again, PHP is easy to learn, not necessarily easier anyway. Yeah, it's easy to learn and cheaper to host, especially in Africa where money is really a problem. You understand? So you have to learn a language that is going to be cheaper for you to manage. Okay, so that's by the way. So you go with PHP first, then after learning PHP, you learn PHP framework. The most popular one is Laravel. Laravel is a PHP framework for web development. Okay, it's a powerful one, very popular and amazing. You learn it and add it to your toolkit. Okay, then after that, the next thing you need, then after that you learn, PHP, you are going to learn PHP MySQL. I almost missed this. PHP MySQL. MySQL is for managing the database. Okay, so to manage the database. All right, then after that, after you must have learned this, I think these are enough for you to actually build websites. Okay, so use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to build the front end as a beginner. Then use PHP MySQL, build the back end, join them together. Okay, then the next thing is to host it. So host the site you built. Okay, because for people to view the site you've created, you have to host it online. So you have to buy hosting space, as in where the site is going to be. Then you host it online, as in you upload that file you created online, where for you to host, you need to buy hosting space from hosting companies. That are many hosting companies. You choose the one you want to use. Okay, then you buy hosting space there. Then if you want to host any site, you don't know the site to use, just call my attention. I will recommend some hosting companies for you. So you buy hosting there, buy domain, then upload your website file in the server where it is hosted, and boom, your website will show online. Whew. But there are so many more to learn, but I just simplified it. I just make it small so it doesn't confuse you. Because after learning all these things I mentioned, like PHP, the next thing you should learn is you should go into learning main stack. So you should learn main stack, as in learning another way of building a website, okay, using main stack. We'll talk about main stack much later in the next video, okay. Then if you prefer to learn Python, you can learn Python and learn Python framework called Django. There are many other Python frameworks, but I think Django is quite popular. It will help you to build website as well. Okay, then boom, you host your website and your website will be live. So that's how building website works. So you can build either with content management system, you can build with heroic site creator, and you can build with coding by using programming languages. And after building, you host it and you are good to go. Thank you so much.